Types of farming, exploring the diverse world of farming. Here's a breakdown of some common farming practices around the world. 1. Arable farming. Explanation: growing crops in open fields through traditional methods like plowing, sowing, and harvesting. Wheat, corn, soybeans, and rice are some common crops. Role: provides staple food for humans and animals. Importance: supports food security and livelihoods, especially in developing countries. Common in North America, Europe, and Asia. 2. Livestock farming. Explanation: raising animals for meat, milk, eggs, wool, or leather. This can include cattle, sheep, goats, poultry, etc. Role: source of protein, dairy products, and other animal-derived goods. Importance: essential for nutrition and income generation in many regions. Common in, globally, but with variations. Cattle ranching in North and South America, sheep farming in Australia and New Zealand, dairy farming in Europe and North America. 3. Silvopasture. Integrating trees, animals, and forage. Silvopasture is an agricultural practice that deliberately combines trees, forage crops, plants eaten by grazing animals, and livestock on the same land. It's essentially creating a multi-layered production system that benefits all components. Importance: improved animal welfare. Trees provide shade and shelter for animals, reducing heat stress and improving their comfort. Enhanced soil health. Trees help regulate soil temperature and moisture, while their roots can break up compacted soil and improve drainage. Fallen leaves decompose, adding organic matter and nutrients to the soil. Increased biodiversity. Silvopasture systems create a more diverse habitat, attracting beneficial insects and promoting a healthy ecosystem. Carbon sequestration. Trees can store significant amounts of carbon dioxide, helping to mitigate climate change. Additional income. Some silvopasture systems can generate additional income from the sale of timber, nuts, or fruits alongside livestock products. Common locations. Globally, silvopasture is practiced in various regions, but it's particularly well-suited for areas with moderate climates and existing woodlands. Examples: it's gaining traction in Europe, North America, especially in the southeastern United States and parts of South America. Adaptability. Silvopasture practices can be adapted to different types of trees, livestock, and geographic conditions. 4. Horticulture. Explanation: intensive cultivation of fruits, vegetables, flowers, and ornamental plants. Often uses greenhouses or specialized techniques. Role: provides fresh produce, promotes healthy eating, and caters to landscaping needs. Importance: supports local food systems, increases variety in diets, and beautifies our surroundings. Common in peri-urban areas around cities and regions with favorable climates. Subsistence farming. Explanation: small-scale farming to produce food primarily for the family's consumption, with little or no surplus for sale. Role: ensures food security for families, especially in remote or developing areas. Importance: contributes to local food systems and preserves traditional farming practices. Common in Africa, Asia, parts of Latin America, as well as some Caribbean countries like Haiti. 6. Organic farming. Explanation: avoids synthetic pesticides, fertilizers, and genetically modified organisms, GMOs. Focuses on natural methods like crop rotation, compost, and biological pest control. Role: produces food perceived as healthier and environmentally friendly. Importance: promotes soil health, biodiversity, and reduces pollution. Common in developed countries with a growing market worldwide. 7. Agroforestry. Explanation: integrating trees and shrubs into crop and livestock production systems. Provides multiple benefits like shade, wind protection, soil fertility, and additional income from trees. Role: sustainable land management practice that improves productivity and ecosystem services. Importance: combats deforestation, mitigates climate change, and enhances biodiversity. Common in tropical regions, especially in Africa and Latin America. 8. Vertical farming. Explanation: growing crops in vertically stacked layers, often indoors under controlled conditions. Uses hydroponics or aquaponics for efficient water and nutrient management. Role: increases food production in urban areas or places with limited land availability. Importance: potential to reduce reliance on traditional farming methods and lower environmental impact. Common in emerging technology, but gaining traction in developed countries with high-value crops. 9. Aquaculture. Integrated multi-trophic aquaculture, IMA. This combines the farming of different aquatic species together, mimicking natural ecosystems. For example, Seaweed can be grown alongside fish to filter their waste, creating a more sustainable system. Common in Southeast Asia, gaining traction globally. 10. Regenerative agriculture. Explanation. Focuses on improving soil health, biodiversity, and ecosystem services through practices like cover cropping, no-till farming, and composting. Aims to reverse environmental degradation and increase long-term productivity. Importance. Combats climate change, improves water quality, and enhances food security. Common in growing movement across the globe, especially in developed countries. 11. Urban agriculture. Explanation. Growing food within cities, using techniques like rooftop gardens, community gardens, and vertical farming. Aims to increase local food production, promote healthy eating habits, and create green spaces in urban environments. Importance. Enhances community development, reduces food transportation costs, and fosters social connections. Common in major cities worldwide with increasing popularity. Agriculture involves diverse methods for cultivating crops and managing livestock. These include traditional practices like arable farming, where crops are grown in fields using methods like plowing, sowing, and harvesting, and livestock farming, which focuses on raising animals for meat, milk, or other products. Modern advancements include techniques like vertical farming, growing crops in vertically stacked layers, and aquaponics, which combines fish farming with crop cultivation. Here's a more detailed look at various agricultural methods. 1. Traditional methods. Arable farming. This involves cultivating land for growing crops using traditional methods like plowing, sowing, and harvesting. Livestock farming. This focuses on raising animals for meat, milk, eggs, or other products. Subsistence farming. Small-scale farming primarily for family consumption, with little or no surplus for sale. Shifting cultivation. A traditional farming system where land is cleared and cultivated for a few years before being abandoned and allowed to revert to natural vegetation. Semi-permanent and permanent cultivation. These involve more long-term land use for crop production, often with irrigation or other enhancements. Modern and sustainable.